My name is Jim Ristas, and I'm a candidate for the Windsor Board of Education. I'm presenting this video to ask for your support and for your support of the other 4 Republican candidates for the Board of Education at the upcoming election on November 5. I'm a retired patent attorney who has lived in Windsor since 1972 with my wife Peggy Lee, and we raised 2 children who went through the Windsor school system and eventually graduated from college. During the 1980s and 1990s, I served on the Windsor Board of Education and on the Windsor Town Council. And I'm a candidate now, again, for 2 reasons. One, as a retired patent attorney, I have the time to devote to evaluating and voting on policies for the Board of Education. And more importantly, I will bring my data and analytical background to bear to counter the feel-good, subjective policies that the Democrats have been implementing for many years, and that has resulted in declining academic performance by the students. The Democrats have controlled the Board of Education for many years and have not produced the results that we should expect in Windsor. Windsor is a diverse, middle-class town, and we should expect our students to perform at least at the state average in their academic achievement. I believe we have a qualified and dedicated administration and a qualified and dedicated group of teachers. However, the policies that they operate under, we believe, are insufficient to get the achievement that we should get from our Windsor students. When I was previously a member of the board, we spent less than the state average on education, but we're able to achieve better than state average academic results. And now it's the opposite. We spend more per pupil than state average, but get lower than state average results. In particular, we spend 12% higher per pupil average than the state, but on the SAT college benchmark tests, that college readiness benchmark, Windsor scores 21% below the state average. So what policies do we believe will help improve education in Windsor? Well, first of all, we believe that there should be a retention policy. Now, instead of the current policy where students are socially promoted, those who have not met satisfactory levels in a particular grade are still promoted to the next grade. And while they're trying to learn the material in the next grade, they get some special assistance to try to recover the learning that they missed in the previous grade. So they're basically trying to learn not only the new grade material, but recover the old grade material. That's extra work, extra effort. They didn't make it through the prior grade. How can they be expected to finish the next grade and be on level? These students should be fully or partially retained so that they can master the material and lay a foundation so that when promoted, they can continue to advance satisfactorily through the elementary grades. Also, the realization that a student could be retained should motivate the student and parent to focus on school learning. The second policy level change that we would make would be leveled classes. Now, instead of the present practice of mixing students of all abilities in each elementary classroom, we would propose grouping the students according to their current academic skills and needs, thereby enabling the teachers to focus attention on an entire class for an entire period of that subject instead of having to split their time among different subgroups within a classroom. This would be especially effective in helping struggling students to help them advance to an acceptable proficiency. It would increase the average performance of Windsor students on statewide tests. And I note that if we had such grouping, those in the higher levels who have achieved proficiency, if grouped together, would end up in classes where there are approximately the same number of black and white students in those classes. And the third policy change would be in the area of discipline. Instead of keeping unruly students in the classroom by making it very difficult to remove them or to discipline them, we would give teachers the authority to maintain classroom discipline without jumping through the hoops that they presently have to jump through. In the current procedure, teachers must call a student's parents first, and then describe what the detention or other remedy will be, and then have these kinds of discussions before action is taken. Well, we believe that teachers should be given the benefit of the doubt in terms of disciplining the children, and the administration should support them, and the administration should back up the teachers rather than let this go on with a negotiation, if you will, between students and their parents versus the teachers. And many times the phone, especially in the middle of the year, is out of service or the parents won't return the call. It's just an unwieldy process for maintaining discipline in the classroom. Many teachers become discouraged and then won't even bother. In summary, I encourage you to visit the Republican Town Committee website at www.windsorrepublicans.com. That's www.windsorrepublicans.com. And click the tabs. There are tabs for our positions on the issues, and there are tabs for you to see what individual candidates have entered as additional background for their positions. The Republican platform on the Board of Education, again, in summary, academically challenge all students, promote a more disciplined school environment, reduce classroom disruption, increase teachers' authority on disciplinary issues, eliminate social promotion, and one more that I haven't discussed specifically, but that's enforce residency requirements. Thank you for your attention, and hopefully your vote for me and the other Republican candidates on November 5th. Unless we are all voted in to have the majority, these policy changes cannot be made. Thank you for your attention.